guys, welcome back for another episode of Sessions with Sonia, episode 12. Yay!
Yay! Congratulations.
Hey, thank you. And today I have my new BFF here as a guest on Sessions with Sonia. You guys put your hands together for Miss Robin Walters.
Oh, thank you so much. That's
Yes.
what a blessing. I appreciate you.
Yes. So we're going to be talking about self-care. And in my time when I interviewed Miss Robin, she made a quote, and it says, "Managing your finances in a responsible way is self-care to me." So I asked Miss Robin what were some things that were important to her, because she's can also make a great mentor, guys. And so she was telling me that self-care is important to her, self-confidence is important to her, and managing your finances, being a good steward over your finances is important. So before we unpack all of that, we're going to let Miss Robin tell us a little bit about who she is.
Sure.
She is a retired attorney, and now she sells Mary Kay, which we will get into that later.
Because a lot of people go, "Sell Mary Kay? What?
Like, how do you go from practicing law?
Exactly. I get that question a lot.
Yes, selling Mary Kay. So yeah.
All righty. So let's see. A little bit about me. I've been married to my high school sweetheart for 40 years.
Okay, that's awesome.
And we're from Kansas originally.
Okay.
And we have 2 sons.
Okay.
My oldest is in his 30s, and my youngest, there's 10 years apart from him, so he's in his mid-20s.
Okay.
And let's see, my oldest, Zach, is he's a safety specialist with oh shoot.
It's okay.
He's with a major company. I just can't remember it right now.
Yes.
And then my younger son is an aerospace engineer getting his master's at the University of Central Florida. So.
Yes.
You
say you're a retired lawyer, so
I'm a retired lawyer. I
retired?
practiced law for 18 years.
Okay.
I started out as an assistant city attorney and police legal advisor in Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay.
And my husband, through his work, got transferred to Houston, so that's how we journeyed down here.
Okay, cool.
And then my main emphasis in practicing law was family law and helping people work through those types of times.
How did you end up here?
Mary
Tell
Kay.
me about that.
Mary
How
Kay.
did you
Well,
end
first
up
of all,
here?
I love Mary Kay products. I've used Mary Kay products since I was an 18-year-old.
Okay.
And I'm more into skincare than I am makeup. As you get to know me, you'll find out. But I can help you find your makeup answers, and I can help you develop the skills to apply the makeup to make you happy.
Okay.
And in your way, everybody's got their own special style, and I help you find it.
Okay.
With my oldest son, I left. I was a managing attorney for a law firm in town. I managed the office, and I had like 3 or 4 attorneys that worked underneath me.
Oh wow!
And
so you were big
support
time,
staff.
Miss Robin?
Well, I guess, you could say that.
You were big time.
Anyway, but I found myself, my quality time at home was maybe 2 hours in the evening, and I was bringing home work and stuff, because I was one of the few trial attorneys in the firm. So if we had cases go to trial, it may be my own, or I may be second chairing for somebody else.
Okay.
And that just didn't leave a lot of family time.
Right.
And I had a baby.
So you let it go so you can spend more time with your family.
I did. I made the choice, and met my upline through another business proposition that I was working on that I'm no longer with.
Okay.
It was a short-term thing because it was over in Columbus, and I was driving back and forth with Zach in the back seat.
It sounds like you did self-care at the time.
I was doing a lot of self-care.
It sounds like the decision you made
exactly
to leave law.
It was totally self-care, because I couldn't keep going the way I was going.
Now let's break this down, because I was just so intrigued. As a matter of fact, when I spoke with you on the phone, I was getting my hair done, and the young lady was doing my hair. She was even intrigued by what you were saying because I had you on speaker.
Oh, sure.
And so she was intrigued by what you were saying. Normally, when people think about self-care, they think about bubble baths. They think about going to get a massage. They think about spending money.
That's one component.
You know.
That's one component. But there's like
But the way you broke it down about self-care.
Yeah, there's 7 different facets, as I see it, to self-care.
Let's talk about it.
Sure. First of all, it's self-love, giving yourself time.
Okay.
Okay. And so that can manifest itself in doing just, taking care of your appearance, taking care of your skin, taking a shower, on my podcast that I'm getting ready to start, we talk about weekly, we talk about, it's daily, weekly, and then monthly.
Okay.
Okay. And so there's just little things that you need to do to love on yourself so you can give to others. Because the only way you can feed others is if you get yourself fed. And sometimes you've got to take a little bit of direction and control over that to be fed. So we've got physical, we've got mental, we've got...
what does self-care look like mentally? Because as you know, I'm a licensed clinical social worker. So tell me, what does self-care look like to you mentally and emotionally?
Mentally is giving yourself time to just breathe for like even 10 or 15 minutes every day. So like it may be starting your day with a meditation or a devotional. I was sharing with another friend that we have earlier today that one of my daily rituals is my 2 cups of coffee. I allow myself to have 2 cups of coffee. I get up before my husband gets up, and that's my time, quiet time. And so I treat myself to my coffee. I have the quiet. I can do my devotional. I can read a little bit.
What about that mom and
brain.
dad? So I'll start with mom first. What about the mom that's watching, who already has to get up at 5 o'clock because she has to get the twins off to daycare?
She's tired and she
has
to
go to work, and
yeah.
it's just,
She may need to take her time at a different time of the day.
I got you.
Okay, so.
But definitely prioritize it.
Definitely prioritize it. Make it a priority, because if you don't take that time just to relax and let down, then that tension builds.
And we sit in our skin, don't we?
That's right. You see it in your skin. You see it in your demeanor.
Yes.
I mean, people can only take it for so long, and they'll snap.
Absolutely.
And great example is I can tell when my husband's had a really difficult day, because he will, not meaning to, just say something a little sharp, and
kind of on the edge a little bit.
Exactly.
Yes.
But after 40 years, I know whether it's directed at me or directed at the air, and so it'll just say, okay, and I'll look at him and go,
yes.
Breathe, so, and sometimes breathing can be a calming experience. And so you use that, even if you're 5 minutes or 10 minutes that you take during the day, if all you do is close your eyes, breathe in and hold it, breathe out deep, take another breath.
I promise you're going to be my new best friend, because I need to do all of that. I need to do all of that.
You'll get to a point, you'll remind yourself.
Especially going through, yes, I'm about to say it, guys, the P word, perimenopause.
Ah, you'll survive it. I
did. Hey, thanks for the encouragement. Speaking of that,
yes,
you are how old? Go on and shock the people.
I will be 66 tomorrow.
That is amazing.
Now, I shouldn't have said that, because Mary Kay used to tell us when she was still walking the earth with us that a woman that would tell you her age would tell you anything. So I have to be careful with that.
I'm the same way. There's nothing wrong with just being transparent.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong with that at all.
It's totally transparent. I've lived life, so
I love it. I love it. Now, what does self-care mean to you in regards to finances? Let's break that part down.
Self-care with finances, it's developing discipline.
Okay.
Okay. And so it means, one, I really encourage people especially when they're first starting out, you get your first job and stuff. It's a lot easier to develop the discipline then.
Listen, young people, listen to the woman, listen.
It's easier to develop the discipline then. And so what you want to do is, what I encourage people, and this is going to sound very extreme, but you want to take 10% and pay yourself, save it away, save it in a rainy day fund.
10%.
10%. And then you're going to take the other 10%, and because I'm a believer, I
Yes.
tithe.
Yes.
Okay? And tithing doesn't mean you 5% money and 5% your gifts, talents, and other. You give 10% money and 10%
I
talents.
love that.
So
I'm a believer as well.
yeah. So,
I love that.
So anyway, and so if you develop the discipline to do that, that will help you during the hard time, because it will come. Everybody experience it. You may experience it through job loss. You may have economic loss. You may have.
Because I was going to say, kind of go against the grain a little bit. What about that single mother who, she can't afford to save 10%,
and it's hard,
and
and so
save
what you
10%
got to
and tithe, and say maybe she's really faithful to her church.
Absolutely.
Because I can recall when that was me. I tithe on every dollar I received. My credit score was 400 and something, and I didn't have a penny in the bank. And guess what? I'm gonna go a little bit further.
Yeah.
I couldn't go and stay in my father's house at the church.
Right.
So I personally, I kind of struggle with that after, some things slapped me in the face, and, just, weren't able to provide adequately for my children.
Absolutely.
And get to where, however, I believe in giving, a seed sower, and I believe in tithing.
And the other thing is you have to sow seed when you don't even know you're going to see the result.
Yes.
You sow it no matter what. Exactly. Because you may get to see the return, and you may not get to see the return. It may not be for you to see. But I totally understand that.
And so there was a time where my talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I've been there in my time. My oldest was about 18 months old, and my husband lost his job. And we had never ever been through anything like that before. It was during oil busts. So those of that were around in Houston during oil busts, there were a lot of people lost their jobs. Because he lost his job, we lost our house.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. We were foreclosed on, couldn't make payments.
Wow.
And ended up moving into a little apartment, which was like about 1/4 of the size of the house that we had. And I was working. I was still practicing as an attorney, and that's about the time I took up Mary Kay.
Yes.
And got into Mary Kay. I took it up as a side gig because I could figure out how to do that. So I practiced.
So you mean to tell me that you were practicing law and you lost everything? You didn't have a rich daddy. You didn't have an inheritance.
No, I had no inheritance, no backup. I had lots of emotional support because our family wanted the best for us, but our family was in Kansas and we were in Texas.
So you had 2 jobs.
So I did a side gig.
You sound like me.
I like everybody else.
That's right.
In fact, right now I got like 3 gigs. So,
come on.
But
struggle don't have a color. Let me say that. Struggle doesn't have a color.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
My dad taught me a long time ago, and my mom was a perfect example of it, of being over, under, around, and through. Okay? Do whatever you need to do to overcome it. And my dad paid my husband during this time period when he was John was at his lowest. My dad paid him the highest compliment. Because my husband started mowing lawns while he was looking for work and stuff. And
he did what he had to do.
He did what he had to do to
nothing
take care
was
of his
above
family.
him to where he needed to provide for his family.
And so my dad told him, he said, you know what? I don't worry about you. As I can, when I can, I will help you.
Right.
But I don't worry about you because I know John will do whatever it takes you know, and he's always been that way.
Wow.
So God blessed us and let us meet early, so I didn't have to go through a whole bunch of dating struggle.
Yes.
So, but you know, so you know that time you figure out what you're made of, and you get you know, single moms know it probably better than anybody. You get your priorities straight pretty fast because you don't have a choice.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
And so you know, and there were times we told Zach, nope, you can't do that. Or,
absolutely.
we can't afford baseball this
Yes.
time, or we can't afford football this time, and so.
But it was only for a season.
It was only for a season.
Yes.
You know, and it made it. We went through a season where we made the commitment to pay cash for everything, and so if we didn't have the cash for it, well, we didn't get it.
I like that.
So.
And so that's why you broke it down to me about being a good steward is self-care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because if you take care of your finances,
sometimes saving your money is self-care.
Exactly. Because that gives you less emotional wear in a hard time.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's a financial hard time. You know, because that wasn't the last time John got laid off, but when he got laid off the second time,
you were ready.
We were ready. We
That's
had
it.
the drill down, and we had 2 kids then.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So you know, it's just one of those things. It's part of a cycle of life, and you figure out, you know, how to get through it, and you will get through it.
And it didn't break you; it made you.
It didn't exactly.
Yes.
I'm a better person for all of it.
Yes.
And you know, and it's really interesting.
Looking every bit of 52 sitting there.
Thank you very much.
I love it.
I love you.
Absolutely love it.
Can I just keep you in my pocket
Come
every
on.
day?
I'm telling you what. Listen, I'm serious about us meeting at least once a month.
Oh, absolutely.
You have to promise me that.
I promise you.
Yes.
I promise you.
Yes.
I'm down for it.
Because I'm going to be that much greater because of you.
Well,
I love
bless
it.
you. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So the other thing I like is that, and we talked about this when we were doing our meeting the other day. One of the things I've always subscribed to, because you asked me a question that I hadn't really thought about it till you asked it. You said,
What was the question?
It was, at 65.
Yes.
How do you see your future?
Yes.
Okay. What do you see in the future?
Yes.
And I shared with you that I never want to stop learning.
Yes.
I think that's the key to everything.
But do you know that so many people who are around your age are so set in their ways?
It's fear.
And that's why, like, when I was talking to you and I got in the car and I called my husband, I was telling him about you and told him that, you know, you already knew DeAndre and, you know, we was putting 2 and 2 together. I was telling him just how much I appreciated being in your presence and how much, like, I'm going to hold you to us meeting once a month.
Girl,
and
you
just
are
how
a
much I
blessing to
learned.
me.
The Bible says that iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
And me being a 47-year-old African-American woman, and you being a 65, almost 66-year-old Caucasian woman, oh my God, we will break the ceilings.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Offer so many topics, and you know, I can learn so much from you. And like you said, you never stop learning. You can learn so much from me.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to stop learning. I want to keep going.
Well, I think people put a halt to learning for 2 reasons. One, fear.
I was about to say intimidation and fear.
Yeah. Okay. Because nobody likes new things. We don't like change.
Yeah.
You know, that's just our humanity.
Yes.
We don't like change. We don't.
What am I saying is change, even though it is difficult, it is necessary.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, everything's going to. I mean, I was discussing this with one of my sales team the other day. There is when I came into Mary Kay 32 years ago, there are 3 ways to communicate with my customers. It was through the snail mail.
Okay.
It was through the telephone call.
Yeah.
And it was in person.
Yes.
Okay. Now when I meet with a new customer, I have to go, Sonia, exactly how do you communicate? do you like a text? Do you want an email?
Yes.
A postcard? And the other thing that I've found over time is that you really have to layer it, because they might tell you they're, you know, they like email,
but they never check.
they
never check the
but they
email.
might actually respond to the postcard in the mail
That's
and put it
true.
on their fridge.
That is
you know,
true.
or they'll text me back, and I'm super bad. I would much rather folks text me before I talk to them on the phone than, you know, but you have to figure out how everybody communicates. And some people only do social media, and some people only do this or that or that.
Yes.
And so there's like 4 bajillion ways to communicate now, which is a blessing, but it can be very frustrating.
It can be, yes.
And so I see a lot of people my age is like, they just kind of shut down. My husband's so funny because he has a Facebook account, but I think I can count on one hand how many times he's been on it, and he has no picture on it.
Has he ever been hacked?
No, he hasn't. But
everybody
I
talk
should
to,
say that
they've all been hacked.
my
I've been
father-in-law,
hacked.
bless
I'll
his
never
soul,
get
has
on there
been in heaven for 3 years,
again.
and his Facebook keeps getting hacked. We keep getting messages from him. It's like he's not there. We know that. So
Yes.
so we have to contact Facebook and get it taken care of. But anyway, but yeah, no, you shouldn't be fearful of learning or fearful of change. It's going to be what it's going to be, and it's always going to be. It's just like when they take one of your Mary Kay products that you love away. What they bring in its place is always better. It's an improvement over the former. So, you know.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, talking to you and the 3 topics that, you know, we discussed the other day and we're discussing today. By saving my money and being a good steward over my money, I have nice skincare. You know, I have amazing skin, you know, less wrinkles.
Absolutely.
You know, skin tight, you know. And I have self-confidence as well.
Absolutely.
And so let's talk about that self-confidence.
Absolutely. If you don't like the way you look, you don't like yourself. And if you don't like yourself, you're not loving on yourself. Okay? You can't love others if you don't love yourself. And so I always say one of my jobs as a beauty consultant is to make you feel beautiful, not just on the outside,
but do you know
on the
that
inside.
people spend a lot of money going into debt to make themselves look better? Like, what do you?
You can, but you know, the other thing is you got to take time to educate yourself. Don't grab for the first thing.
All right.
And the other thing I've always believed in is to like try a system, and then you can make changes. One thing I love about Mary Kay is we have 5 different lines.
Let's talk about these products.
Sure,
we have here.
This is our best-selling skincare set.
Okay,
this
first one here. What is
that
this?
That first one is a 4-in-1 facial wash.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to cleanse your skin. It exfoliates
your skin, my skin, all skin.
All skin.
Okay.
You know, I can type it for dry to normal.
Okay.
Or oily in combo.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it just basically washes and exfoliates, and then it'll close those pores down so it doesn't take more dirt in.
Cool.
Okay. And then the second step would be one of the 2 bottles.
Okay.
So the pink bottle on the left is the Daytime Defender.
This one right here.
Okay. And it's got an SPF, I believe, of 30 in it.
And I was gonna ask you, was any SPF in any of that? Because you know,
you got to protect yourself, and it doesn't matter what the pigment is.
No,
you've got to have sun protection.
Absolutely,
it's very, very important.
Yes,
and especially if you want to avoid skin cancer and that type of thing. And what's cool about all of our sunscreens is they, you know, there's 2 types of damaging rays, and a lot of sunscreens only protect you from one, but ours protects you.
You're
from
so
both.
educated on this.
Well, I think so after 30 years, wouldn't you? I would hope so. I wouldn't be able to sell my products if I didn't. I appreciate that.
I love it.
Anyway, it's got an SPF, and it basically protects you during the day. You can wear it underneath your foundation if you wear foundation.
Okay.
You can use it in conjunction with a CC cream. Now, our CC cream has a 15 SPF to it too for sun protection. That does not mean 30 plus 15 is 45.
Right.
It doesn't work that way. So if the product that has the highest level. So 30 will protect you more. The 15's there, but it's not going to add another
Let me ask you a
layer.
personal question. Do you wear foundation?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Our foundation's very lightweight.
That's what I was going to ask.
And
It's natural looking.
very natural
Gotcha.
looking. And the other thing that I like, we have a we have a foundation base that you can also use before. That way, what I find, especially with my darker skin clients, is you want to make sure you're moisturized very well.
I was gonna ask you
Because
about
your
that. I do
foundation can
tinted
turn ashy.
moisturizer now.
Yeah,
So do y'all offer tinted? Do y'all do the offer
we
the
do.
tinted
That's what the
moisturizer?
CC cream is. It's
Oh,
a tinted
okay.
moisturizer.
Cool.
And so you what I call is wipe and go.
Yes, absolutely.
And it doesn't have total coverage like a foundation does, but has a modicum of coverage and stuff. And so that's what I use during the daytime most of the time. Today I have foundation on, but most of the time, if you come knocking on my door, you'll find me in CC cream rather than that. So, especially if I'm going to be out in the garden or something.
Okay.
So, and then the one with all the pretty little bubbles in it, that is our nighttime.
Okay.
And so you would wash your face, and then you're either going to use the daytime or the nighttime. And the little beads in the nighttime recovery system there, they're vitamins A and C.
Okay.
And those help your skin recover. Your skin works the hardest when you're asleep,
Right.
okay, to repair itself. Those two vitamins in their freshest form on your skin will help your skin repair itself while you sleep. And then the final step is to moisturize.
Okay.
And that's the smaller pink tube in the middle.
Okay. Good deal. How much does all that cost? What?
That set
it
is
affordable?
$112.
Okay. Oh wow. All four of
and
those for 112.
All four of those for
Okay.
$112. And if you buy the set, you save $12.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So, and if you live in the Houston area, you can reach out to me. But if you don't live in the Houston area, that's perfectly fine. I don't have any territories to answer to, and you can order on my website at www.marykay.com/rwelters4.
You heard the lady. I love it. Now, speaking of spending,
Yes, ma'am.
us women, and I've done it in the past as well. Sometimes we spend, because we're emotional.
Absolutely. Emotional shopping.
How can women become better consumers?
Couple
and what
ways.
should we teach our daughters?
Don't buy it on the fly. The impulse buys are probably
It's so
the
much fun,
biggest.
though.
They're fun, but I can't tell you how many times at a younger time in my life I would
Oh,
come
my
home and go,
goodness.
"Why did I buy this?"
Yes.
Or
There have been a
What
few
would
times,
I do with this?
and I will admit this. I'll pull up and my husband has beat me home, and I'll leave everything in the car. And as soon as the shower comes on, I'll ease back out to the car and get it in. And it's almost like he just have like an alarm, just. And sometimes, there have been a few times where I've gotten away with it, and he's like, "Okay, that's nice. When you got that? I've been had this." Girl, you need to stop. Or he'll catch me. "Oh, I been had this. I just forgot to get it out of the car."
Well,
yes.
When, I don't do this so much anymore, but when I used to do a lot of parties, I used to tell the ladies that I had 3 ways to pay. You could pay cash. Well, actually 4 ways to pay. You could pay cash, you could pay credit, you could pay check, or you could pay hide the husband. And it was like, hide the husband? Yeah, you pay me a little cash, you do a little credit, and if you want to write a check, I'll hold it till the payday.
Oh, yes.
So, but don't do that.
No, don't do that. And I will say, it's all laughs, but I will say, I have financial, maturity.
Yeah.
And I do not do that all the time, but every now and then. Is that okay?
Every now and then,
Okay,
you got to give yourself grace.
Yes.
You'll find that's my
Yes.
mantra. Give yourself some grace, because
Yes.
every once in a while you're going to be a little bit bad.
Yes.
But no, I probably the easiest way to manage it, if you do a budget, and give yourself some fun money in your budget if you can do it right now.
I used to do it. Monday, sloppy joes. Tuesday, tuna fish. Wednesday, Frito pie. And then payday, we're going to get some pizza.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Pizza
and let me tell you, I was able to
or
pay off
Taco
yes,
Bell.
I was able to pay off a lot of debt doing that.
Absolutely.
I would get my nails done once every 7-8 weeks, and I would only get the French tip so it wouldn't look as bad, once they grew out. I didn't have the luxury of getting my hair done because I do have alopecia. And so, getting my hair done, was very pricey. And so I would go and get, a very affordable wig that after about 2 weeks, it looks like doll hair.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't even care.
Right.
Because I was on a mission, and I knew that it would be greater later, and that what I was going through would only be it was a long season.
Sure.
And the season came a lot.
Well,
However,
what you did was you set a goal to get yourself through the season.
Mm-hmm.
When we used my Mary Kay job, I wasn't the primary breadwinner, my husband was. And so we used my Mary Kay business to do the fun things.
Yes.
And so the very first time, this was before Nathan, my youngest, was even with us. He hadn't joined the family yet.
Okay.
But
so you in your 30s?
I was in my 30s,
okay.
in my late 30s, almost 40. And we decided that we wanted to take Zach to Disney World.
Yes.
He had a big Disney World thing going in his brain, and we were going to take him to Disney World. And so what I did was I did 2 extra classes a month, and from that, those classes.
Listen, ladies, I want you ladies to listen to this.
Those classes were going to pay for our vacation. And the vacation at that time was like $5,000.
And that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But we were driving. We didn't fly.
Yeah.
It would be even more if we were flying. But we were driving, and so we were staying at the campground at Disney World.
Yes.
And tickets and 5 days at the park and all of that
all the
kind
parks,
of stuff,
yes.
and all the meals and a breakfast with Goofy and Mickey and all that. Okay, so $5,000, and so it took me probably about 10 to 11 months, so almost a whole year.
So,
and when we went, the night before we left, I had an envelope of cash for John. I had an envelope of cash
and he
for
didn't know.
Zach. No, he didn't. And I had an envelope of cash for me. That was our spending money to spend on whatever we wanted. Everything else was paid for. The hotel had been paid for. Our meal plan was paid for.
Yes.
Gas was already paid for. All this kind of stuff. And so I handed John that envelope, and it had $400 in it. And he looked at it, and he goes, "Oh, this is for gas and food, right?" I went, "No."
Nope.
And he looked at me and he went, "What?"
You're my kind of girl.
And I said, "That's for what?" I think he ended up doing an indie spin kind of thing. They have a racetrack there, and I think he did something on the racetrack.
But he enjoyed himself.
He did. He got to spend on whatever he wanted. And Zach also, Zach was very into Star Wars, and so he was like buying his fighting one.
And
or
so you were
whatever they
still
call it.
practicing law at the time.
No, I was not.
Okay.
I was only doing Mary Kay.
But you did above and beyond.
I did extra classes.
So it was kind of like like a second gig almost.
Exactly. I bumped a second gig into my first gig.
Wow.
So to do the extra. So spend 10 years later.
We call it hustling. I love
absolutely,
it. Yes, I'm a
absolutely.
hustler. I'm a hustler too.
10 years later, fast forward. Nathan's never been to Disney World, so we decided we're going to do this again.
Yes, and now you're in your 40s.
And the night before, and I did the same thing. Mary Kay business paid for this trip. I saved. I did the same thing.
Yes.
So the night before, Zach is like, he just can't stand it at dinner. He goes, Mom, when we get the envelopes? When we get the envelopes? When we get them? When we get them? And Nathan, he's sitting there, he's going,
"What envelope?
Envelopes? What are you talking about, brother?" And he goes, "No, wait, Mom's got envelopes for
That's
us."
what I'm talking about.
Yes. So I got the envelopes out, and I said, "But you can't have them until we get in the car." And Zach goes, "But can I look at it?" But did the same plan.
What did you give up to do that? Tell me. Tell us. what sacrifices you made to
I
do
worked
that.
weekends.
See?
I worked weekends.
Yes.
Because I've always pretty much tried to, my Mary Kay business, I work when people are available.
Mm-hmm.
So I work a lot of
Mm-hmm.
Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like, I might do a party or a class on Saturday. And
Yes.
I might, or the same weekend, I might do something on Friday. When I was working on those, I would have a class on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
I would do something on Saturday morning. I would do something on Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
And if I was super, super close, pressing to meet the goal, I try not to work Sundays, but I might sneak something in late Sunday.
After
afternoon.
church?
After church.
Yes. Yes.
After church, after lunch.
Yes. Okay.
Have lunch with the family and then go do something. But yeah, it was just working more intently,
Okay.
adding to the load a little bit.
So now that we've talked about skincare, self-confidence, and our finances, what would you tell a 35-year-old woman, and what would you tell a 65-year-old woman that's trying to reinvent herself and, you know?
First of all, dream big.
Okay.
Okay, because no
Is this
matter,
for the 35-year-old?
this is 35-year-old.
Okay.
Dream big, because no matter what you're shooting for, where you land is going to be so much further than where you are right now.
I'm 47 and I'm taking that for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely,
I love
absolutely.
that.
Dream big. And the other thing, I wouldn't tell the 65-year-old anything different,
Mm-hmm.
because she can dream whatever she wants. I mean, I'm 65 years old doing a podcast.
Yes.
Not very
Yes.
many people live there.
Yes.
Like,
real quick.
Sure.
Tell us 2 minutes. Tell us about your podcast and what you're getting ready to do.
I have a podcast that I'm starting.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Self Care, Living Your Best Life with
Mhm.
Robin Walters.
Yes.
We're just in the process of shooting that right now, so it's going to be a little bit before we start dropping. But watch your YouTube, because we're
Yes.
going to be there. And it's to develop strategies and routines on how to live your best life, and taking all those little points of self-care we were talking about,
Yes.
taking those 7 areas
Mm-hmm.
and breaking them down. And as we get into it, I'm going to have guests like you,
Yes.
and like
I
some
can't
of
wait.
my other friends and
Yes.
stuff. We're going to talk about health issues. We're going to talk about finances. We're going to talk
Yes.
about hobbies. We're gonna,
Yes.
I
need
just
all of
sorts
that.
of stuff. Oh
You know,
yeah.
as you
well,
know, I
should
recently
have
lost
all
my
of it in
sister.
your life if you're going to live
Yes,
your
I
best
recently
life.
lost my sister, and going through perimenopause, and it's a lot.
It is
It's a lot.
That you've had a lot going on
Yes.
the last couple of months.
Yes,
so,
I have. Yes, I have.
So
Yeah.
but
And
over,
I'm
around,
pushing.
under, and through.
I'm still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
but
yeah.
and everybody, all my friends that are my age or a little older, they're like going, "You're doing what?"
I want to come and hang out with y'all, man. I bet the conversations are so rich, and just the wisdom and the
Oh,
knowledge.
you're giving us way too much
No, I
credit.
am serious. No, seriously. I'm telling you, I know I'm the host or whatever, but I'm taking away so much from this conversation.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and I'm so appreciative
Well,
of you coming
I'm appreciative
on.
of the opportunity just
Yes,
to share.
Yes.
So because I've determined over the last probably 24 months, I've been looking at what I want to do and things I want to accomplish, goals that I have.
That's right.
And I think my main thing is I just want to be helpful.
That's it.
I don't know if you know who Scott Adams is.
I do
not. Scott Adams, for those of you who don't know, he developed the Dilbert comic strip and everything.
Oh, okay.
And I've followed him on X and some of his books and stuff. He's very interesting, very deep thinker in a lot of
Yes.
ways. Plus, I like Dilbert. So it makes me giggle.
And you know what?
That's my thing to laugh in the morning.
It's our thoughts. Like, it's all about our thought process.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And so, but his thing was always he just wanted to be useful.
Yes.
That was his main thing, especially the last couple of years. He just recently passed. But, he's just a dear to the bitter end.
Yes.
And So, you know, it just helped kind of crystallize some things for me. It was like, I want to be helpful.
Yes.
And I have information you may not have. I have
Yes.
experience that you don't have.
Yes.
But in return, I learn too, because
Yes.
you have the same other things that I
Yes.
don't have. And
Yes.
so if you share.
Iron sharpens iron.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, guys, stay tuned. Miss Robin is going to be joining us for a lot of episodes on Sessions with Sonia. Thank you for tuning in. Again, give us your website again to where we can order these products
no
and how they can get in
problem.
touch with you.
Go to www.marykay.com/rwalters4.
All righty, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, we're out.